The snow began sometime after midnight, soft enough that no one noticed at first. By the time Private Lucas Bennett stepped outside the canvas tent, the world had turned quietly white. Their camp rested at the edge of a forest in eastern France, hidden from the road and the war beyond it. For a few fragile hours, the falling snow made everything look peaceful, almost untouched. Lucas tilted his head back and watched flakes drift through the dim glow of a single hanging bulb. He tried to remember the last time he had seen snow without feeling afraid of what morning might bring. Back home in Vermont, winter had meant school closings, warm kitchens, and long, silent fields. Here, winter meant frozen ground, careful footsteps, and letters that arrived too slowly. He kept one of those letters folded inside his glove, the paper worn thin at the creases. His mother wrote about ordinary things on purpose, as if normal life could travel across the ocean in ink. A nearby truck engine coughed once, then went still again in the cold. Most of the camp slept lightly, used to resting without ever fully relaxing. Lucas walked a few steps beyond the tents until only trees surrounded him. Snow settled on branches and shoulders alike, gentle and indifferent. For a moment, the war felt paused like a breath held between heartbeats. No gunfire, no, only quiet falling through darkness. He wondered how many other soldiers, friend or enemy, were standing in similar silence. The thought felt strange but human, something war tried and failed to erase. Behind him, the tent flap opened with a soft rustle of canvas. Sergeant Miller stepped out, pulling his coat tight against the cold. "Can't sleep either?" the sergeant asked in a low voice. Lucas shook his head, watching snow gather at his boots. "Big movement at dawn," Miller added after a pause. The words hung in the air, heavier than the winter sky. Lucas had expected it morning, always carried change. Still, hearing it aloud made time suddenly feel shorter. Neither of them spoke for a while after that. Some nights didn't need conversation, only company. Far above, clouds thinned just enough to reveal a few distant stars. Their faint light mixed with snowfall, turning the darkness silver. Lucas tried to imagine the road ahead, the villages on the map, the unknown hours waiting. The future looked as blank as the snow-covered ground before him. Yet beneath the uncertainty, something steady remained inside his chest. Not confidence exactly, just the quiet refusal to give up. The sergeant finally nodded toward the tents. "Get some rest if you can," he said gently. Lucas knew sleep would be shallow and brief, but even brief rest felt valuable in a world measured by moments. Before turning back, he looked once more at the silent forest him. Snow kept falling without hurry, covering footprints as if protecting them. He realized morning would erase this calm completely. Engines would start, orders would rise, and history would move again. But this small piece of night would remain his. A memory of stillness carried into noise. Lucas brushed snow from his shoulders and walked back toward the dim tents. Each step felt quiet but certain against the frozen earth. Behind him, the forest continued its slow white silence. Ahead of him, dawn waited with unseen demands. Between the two, in the fragile space of falling snow, a young soldier carried hope carefully toward the coming light.